Hello mums, it's Kati. I just wanted to give you a bit of a breastfeeding demonstration today. There's often so much confusion about breastfeeding, lots of mixed messages, and I am a visual learner, so I thought I'll share what I've learned over the years with you. So I've prepared in my bottle some simulated breast milk. I've coloured the watery part of the milk blue, and I've got some oil in the top to show the fatty part of breast milk. In our breasts, the milk is all mixed up, but if you express your breast milk and you leave it to sit for a little while, it might separate like it has done in this jug. So you might have seen this before. So in the breast it would be all mixed up, and I'm going to use a sponge to simulate the breast. The sponge has got lots of little holes which are a little bit similar to the alveoli in the breast. So I'm just gonna soak it full of a good mix of everything I've got there, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when baby has a feed. So when baby first goes onto the breast, you may have noticed that baby is sucking really fast. That is to initiate the letdown, and it looks a bit like this. So they may be sucking very fast and they swallow a lot. And sometimes when there's fast flow, it might be difficult for them to keep up with how fast the milk flows. When they've had the first part, they'll go into a much more rhythmic kind of feeding. And they're doing suck swallows, and it looks a little bit like this. Messy. Baby does it better. At the end of the feed, sometimes it's difficult to know, are they still feeding? Because they're doing much more of a slower feeding, slower swallowing, and it looks a bit like a flutter. Very tempting at this stage to think, oh, I don't think my baby is really feeding anymore. Maybe I should take them off. But if you had taken them off, they would have missed out on all this goodness. So what do the 3 glasses represent? The beginning of the feed is mostly liquid. The liquid and the fast feeding in the beginning is really useful because it's full of sugar. It wakes the baby up to get the baby going and to initiate the proper feeding. The second part of the feed, when they're having much more of a rhythmic, slower feed, does have a bit of a component of the oil or the fatty part of the milk, which is really important for, this is thirst quenching, and this is really important to fill them up and to help them grow, to put on the weight, gives them the calories. The last part of the milk that sometimes we don't even know are they still feeding, that's actually when they're getting the most amount of fat. So when they're fluttering, they do that because the fatty molecules are quite large, and they have to really use their tongue to manipulate them through the alveoli to get them to come out. It might look like they're not feeding, but they're actually getting the most amount of what satiates their hunger in the last part of the feed. And this will help them grow, put on the weight, so have some patience. Now, sometimes what they do after they've finished that fluttering is they start to wake up and they want more feed. This can lead us to be a little bit worried. Are they getting enough? What's going on? They've been on so long because this part took a long time. Now, what happens after that really fatty feed? A lot of babies like to just have a little bit more of a drink, the thirst quenching part, to wash down the fatty molecules that are quite sticky and sticking in their mouth. Now, I love breastfeeding. It's just so amazing how our body gives the baby everything they need, always at the right time. And if you allow baby to show you when they are hungry, when they want to feed, which side they want to feed off, and how long for, you can't go wrong. We don't know at what time they start to get more of the fatty part of the milk. I can't tell you it's 5 minutes, it's 10 minutes. It can be different for different women even. So just follow your baby's lead. They usually know what they're doing. The other thing that I love about this demonstration is lots of mums are unsure in summer when it's really hot, does the baby need water? When the baby has not yet started solids, they don't need water because we actually give them the thirst quenching part. We can produce that on demand. We can produce all the breast milk on demand. So if a baby in summer feeds frequently, maybe even every hour, but only for short bursts, what they're doing is they are making sure they're staying hydrated by getting more of the liquid part of the milk. It's okay for them to not want to get to the full meal every time in summer. They will know whether they're hungry or thirsty, and they will get what they need from you regardless. Just feed them on demand. Trust your body. You can do it. Your baby knows what to do. It's a little bit tricky to start with, all that latching business. Remember, it's a learned skill for both of you, but you've been given with everything that you need to be successful in breastfeeding. Just trust your baby and follow your instincts. All the best.